Hello, grads of 2025 and families. Welcome to your Sunday, February 7th recording of Here Comes the Week. Nice to see you. This is about my fifth run because I keep making mistakes. And so I'm hoping the lighting isn't going to make this impossible now. And that my dog's not so frustrated with me, he won't say hello this time. All right, let's go. I am going to talk about mental health again because I am obsessed with your well-being, and I will be until you graduate in 4.5 years. So to that end, of course, I know top of mind for you is course planning. So let me reassure you that everything's fine and apologize to you that I said that there would be 1 week in February where MyEd would be open for you to select your choices, and that week would be announced soon. That used to be how it was done. I didn't realize we were doing it differently this year. We all know it's that kind of year where things change and are very different than what we've seen before. So many of you have already realized MyEd's been open since February 1st so that you could select your courses, and many of you are doing that. For those of you who are just hearing that now, don't worry. It is not first come, first served, so take a deep breath. Relax. You didn't miss anything. If you would like to know how the timetable is created, I explained it yesterday on this channel in the comments. You can look if you like. You don't need to know that to know you're fine. It's not first come, first served. So don't worry. You can go into MyEd and play around as much as you like until February 22nd. And after February 22nd, you can still change your mind, but you have to come to me to talk about it, and I will make the change for you if it is possible. It gets more and more difficult to change your mind as we go forward, but you can sure try. I'll never not try for you, please know that. And you can do it right up until the middle of September. It just is less likely to work out as we go forward, but it could. You know, it often does. Things have a way of working out, so you can always try, okay? To very briefly recap, the pressure is taken off of you mostly because so many of your courses are required. So English, social science, math, PE. There, you don't have a choice, so that's easy. And then there are 4 slots for electives because they are semestered, unless you are taking French and or band, because they are both all year. So for example, you take French 9, it runs all year. Now you have 2 choices left. So maybe you have French and woodworking and foods. And that's what your timetable looks like. Woodworking 1 semester, foods the other. Or maybe you choose band, same thing. Band all year, foods and woodworking. Those are just examples. I'm not selling any specific electives. They just are what come to mind. Maybe you're going to take band and French. If you do, you're done. That's it. Those are your electives, easy peasy. Maybe you are not going to take band and you are not going to take French. Now you have 4 choices. So maybe 1 semester you're in art and foods, and the next semester you're in drama and metalwork. Okay, so that's what that looks like. It's not first come, first serve. You get to change your mind. Things have a funny way of working out. So please relax. No, I cannot tell you who your teachers will be. I don't know. They don't even know because we don't know who's teaching what yet. No, I can't tell you what your schedule will be. I don't know, and I won't until the last week of August. And I will be at work for 3 days the last week of August because I have to make adjustments to the timetable to balance numbers. And it's an opportunity for you to come and talk to me or contact me if you want to discuss changes. Again, I'll always try. Again, I might not be able to do it, but I'll try. So that's the course planning. Don't stress about it, okay? It works out. You can't change much of it, so don't waste your energy worrying about it. That's that. Now, the other piece of your course or of your mental well-being I want to discuss is how much time you're spending at home alone working on your work. I think about that a lot, and I wish it weren't so. But the part of it we can control is what that feels like. So I'm going to talk about creating a workspace for yourself that expresses who you are and that is inviting, and maybe comforting, and that is convenient and user friendly. So at 13, 14, 12, 13, I know that you're entering a huge new stage in your life, have entered a huge new stage in your life. And I will bet many of you have completely redone your bedrooms recently, or your personal spaces at home, to reflect that, to rewrite the space so it more accurately reflects the young adult you are now and are becoming, and lets go of the child you no longer are, probably much to your family's heartbreak. So if you haven't done it, I'll bet you're dying to. In the spirit of that, you should do that with your workspace too. Okay, even if school completely returns to normal next year, you are going to increasingly be needing a space to do homework, and you should make it a space you like. So if you remember last week, I taught you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, a way to ground yourself and calm your nervous system whenever you need to, maybe before you write a test, maybe before you do your homework, maybe before you go to sleep. So I'm just going to review that quickly now. So it was like this. You sit up straight so you get as much air into your lungs as possible, and you put your feet flat on the floor, and you take a deep breath. And then you name 5 things you can see. I can see the bird bell on my deck, and there are birds feeding on it right now, which is why I put it there, because that delights me. I can see a lot of stained glass on my deck, which I devised very strategically, because again, that quite delights me. I can see the sun glistening off the copper wires that are my solar lights that light up at night. I can see my metal planter that was designed by a grade 12 student at Vantech. I designed it, and a grade 12 student made it for me as his final project in metalwork. So that very much delights me. And I can see my plants all around me, which I placed for that very purpose. So that's what I can see. I can touch these plants, and I like to do that because I also strategically chose them for their smell, and I really like my geraniums. I can touch my computer mouse. I can touch my coffee cup. Sometimes I can touch my dog, but you can see he moved. And I can touch my legs, and I don't know why, but this soothes me and grounds me, especially when I'm getting tired. So I do that a lot. I can hear my son in the shower. I can hear gulls out on the deck. And you can't hear it, but I can hear my dog snoring, which delights me too. Normally I can hear my music, and I keep it really handy, and I have a remote for it so I can change it up as I like. Okay. And 2 things I can taste or smell. I can always taste my coffee. I have it handy. And I can smell the geraniums, which is on purpose. Okay. So I'm going to show you the workspace that I've created, all the things I've just described, to share it with you and to give you a sense of how much work I put into this, because I think it's that important. Okay, so come with me. Okay, so there are all the plants I mentioned that I'm always referring to. Okay, and the pictures of my loved ones, which bring me a lot of comfort. Sorry, there are all the plants. Okay, there is my my charger cord. I keep it handy because that's important, as well as my earphones. They're really important to have nearby. Sometimes I really need them. Some hand lotion, because Who are we kidding? All our hands are dry and chapped, and we all know why. Some essential oils I like to mix in with my hand lotion sometimes because I like the smell. Smell's really important to me, and I'll give you an example of how important here. This is an old piece of cedar that came out of my friend's yard when they had to take down a cedar tree. So I brought it home and I put a plant on it, and whenever I water the plant, this area is filled with the smell of cedar, which is just glorious. Okay, there is the deck I was talking about with all the stained glass, and I salvaged that, or I got it secondhand. Some of it I built, and I will show you that I made myself. So that one up there that probably just looks like a big orange blob to you because of the way the sun's hitting it, that's just a bunch of broken stained glass that I glued into an old picture frame I salvaged. There's the metal plant holder the student made for me and my plants, and you can hear the birds, I hope. There's the bird bell I was talking about. The birds all flew away the minute I came out here. Okay. There's my workstation that I enjoy. I don't normally keep board games here, but I have to really elevate my laptop to make these videos for you. I keep my phone handy. Water. Can you please drink a lot of water? Can you please hydrate those super powerful developing brains? It's really important. I'm pretty sure every teenager is kind of permanently dehydrated. And my coffee cup. I hide the mess, but I keep my pen and paper and a cloth to wipe my glasses because they're somehow always dirty, and a very, very comfy chair because that's really important to me. Okay? So that's my workspace, and it was fun to share it with you. I hope you could see things. The lighting got a bit too bright, but hopefully it worked out. Okay, so I want you to think about how could you create a space that works for you like that. You don't have to post it, absolutely not. If you do want to post it, can you check in with your parents and see how they feel about that? That's a very private thing to do. And if someone does share their workspace, can I please challenge you as a group, as I always will, and this is really important, to be very, very kind. It is my goal that the grad class of 2025 is famous at Van Tech for being kind and inclusive and supportive. So just as you are being asked by me right now to create a workspace that is inviting and comforting, I want you to create a school environment that is inviting and comforting. You are a very important piece of that. So should someone have the courage to post their workspace to this channel, to Teams, please no comments unless they're very positive. A celebration of each other. So keep them very, very, very positive and supportive. I love the way you put your desk like that. What a great place to put a plant. Oh, what a great idea for keeping your pens there. Keep it very, very positive. Okay? So that's Sunday's video. There you go. Course planning. Don't worry. Everything's going to work out just fine. Get into MyEd and start playing around and see what it's like to do that, to choose your courses, and take the opportunity to change your mind if you want to do that. Create a space for yourself. Don't spend a lot of money. You don't need to spend any. Almost everything here cost me almost nothing. This desk was being given away off a Facebook page, a buy and sell Facebook page. Like I said, I salvaged or made or got secondhand all that stained glass. You don't need to spend a lot of money. Get creative. Maybe grandma and grandpa or favorite aunt and uncle or some family friends or somebody are dying for an excuse to clear out some stuff and create a new space for themselves, and they'd love for you to repurpose some of their stuff. Take your time and know that expressions of creativity and of ourself are really healthy. So try to have fun with it. Okay? That's it. That's this Sunday. I'm going to go out and get some vitamin D, and I hope you do too. Bye. We'll see you this week.